Hello, my name is Muhammad Samara. I am trying here to dispel a myth that I heard over and over again against Islam that states that Muslims supposed to kill a non-Muslim, any non-Muslim who they meet at the time of their meeting. This, of course, adds a taint of violence against Islam. Those who allege that, they say, just read Quran. They quote some verses, and I would like to bring the attention to that very verse that is quoted often. This is in the Surah of Muhammad, number 4. It says, فَإِذَا لَقِيتُمُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَضَرْبَ الرِّقَابِ حَتَّى إِذَا أَثْخَنْتُمُوهُمْ فَشُدُّوا الْوَثَاقَ فَإِمَّا مَنًّا بَعْدُ وَإِمَّا فِدَاءً حَتَّى تَضَعَ الْحَرْبُ أَوْزَارَهَا. So this ayah, it says that Muslims, if they are to meet during a battlefield, non-Muslims, they have to strike the necks. And if they gain control over the individuals, then they should tie them, meaning they should take them as prisoners of war. And if they manage to take them as prisoners of war, they should either release them, gratuitous releasing, or they do an exchange of prisoners, either by exchange of prisoners or in exchange of services, as it happened at the time of Muhammad, the Prophet, may the peace of Allah be fall upon him. He has actually released prisoners of war in exchange of these prisoners teaching the children of Muslims how to write and read. So they have alleged that Islam and Muslims kill regardless and without any due diligence, when it actually is referred to only in a state of battle and war. Of course, anybody who wage war, the intent is to win, and every army in the world says that the best army is the most lethal army. So this is not a matter of question or issue between the nations. I must also tell you that the only one who is allowed to wage war against nations is the representative Khalifa of Muslims. This representation does not exist right now, because we have lost our representation in March 3rd, 1924, when the last Ottoman Khilafah was destroyed on the hand of Mustafa Kemal. Now we do not have Khilafah. So at this time, Muslims have no representation, and no one in the world can say that Muslim can now wage a war. What we are going to do as Muslims is to bring back that representation, and that representation will represent us as one collectively. Islam does not abide and does not condone violence that is open violence. Every nation in the world aspire for peace. Peace is the default, is the natural state. War is the exception, not the rule. When that Khilafah comes, when that aspired and so much awaited and hoped Khilafah return to rule over Muslims, you will see that peace will reign over the biggest and largest chunk of the globe. Most wars, 95% of the wars right now, are occurring as a competition between the superpowers over the Muslim land. Once Muslim gains control over their destiny, their life, and their lands, there will be no excuse for any superpower to compete over the resources, nor there will be an excuse or pretext for any superpower to say that we are going to make peace here because we can handle it. Muslims will be able to run their own affairs internally, autonomously. Many of the myths that the non-Muslim is throwing against Islam will be automatically dispelled. You will be invited to come and live in that Islamic Khilafah, and you will enjoy peace, tranquility, a life of family that everyone would like to have for his own family, where the kindness, the mutual respect between father and children, between all members of the society is so pervasive. You are going to be invited, and you are not going to be asked to change your religion or faith. Islam has rules for the non-Muslims. It's calling them Ahlul Dhimma, the people of covenant. The people of Ahlul Dhimma is defined as any non-Muslim who accepted to abide by the rule of Islam. He or she will be protected, he will be dignified, and he will be allowed, or she, to run their affair, their internal religious matters, and do commerce and thrive economically and intellectually. Unlike the terroristic group Daesh or ISIS, you will see a totally different picture of Islam. Daesh is an invention of the West to dispel the goodness of Islam and to make Islam look horrible. But hopefully you have a mind that will not be succumbed to the media and to the purposeful, intentional misleading you from coming to know Islam. My name is Muhammad Samara, asking you to remove the shield, the shelter that the West and the establishment in general is befalling upon you, so that you are scared or intimidated from coming to know about Islam. Islam is what you want. Islam is what you've been searching for. Islam is what you need for your internal happiness and beyond. This is Muhammad Samara. Thank you, peace, and ciao.